The referee for the next bout of the evening is Mr. Dick Cole. The next bout of the evening featuring 10 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing in the red corner, fighting out of Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 145 pounds with a professional record of 25 wins, 7 defeats with 18 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Juan Estrada. And in the blue corner, hailing from Columbus, Ohio, he weighed 149 pounds. His professional record consists of 39 wins, 10 defeats, 1 draw with 7 KOs. He is the reigning World Boxing Organization welterweight champion of the world, introducing Manning Galloway.
And we're set as it's Galloway versus Estrada here. 10 rounds, welterweight non-title fight, but Galloway, the current champion, 5'9", 147 pounds, and actually weighed in today at 149 and a half, 147 the limit for the welterweight, so he's slightly over, and Estrada at 145. How do you size this one up?
Well, this is an extremely important fight for Galloway. Galloway cannot afford for Juan Estrada to look good in this fight, simply because you can bet your sweet cookies, you can bet your crossbow cider that Dingon Tobella is watching this fight with as much intensity as any fight. So he wants to look impressive here. Galloway, as I mentioned, is the southpaw, standing with that right hand in front. And the southpaws are rather difficult to fight because they come at you backwards, much like facing a left-hand batter on a pitcher's mound or in a batting box.
Lefties just cause people problems. I don't care if it's basketball when you're trying to guard against a lefty. Boxing's no different, is it?
Well, and then too, they are a rarity in boxing. There's not that many southpaws. There's a lot of right-handers.
Now Estrada's been around. He's 32 years old. His pro record of 32-8, 15 knockouts. His 7th year as a professional. Galloway, on the other hand, no youngster, turned 30 back on April 27th. His 10th year as a professional fighter.
And that fight was against Curtis Taylor in Kentucky. He was stopped in 2. He said he had to take off a lot of weight for that fight. He said he was weak and he took it on short notice. Then he fought Jerome Kinney, a good prospect in Detroit. And now Galloway catches a straight right hand from Juan Estrada. Now, this is what Galloway does not want. He wants to look impressive in this without getting hit.
And Estrada, you can see the confidence there after that blow.
Back in September of '82, he was stopped in 7 by Charlie Weir. That was in Johannesburg. He says that he was not accustomed to the climate. I'm talking about Manning Galloway in the black trunks with the white stripe. In October of '82, he fought Nino LaRocca, the number 6 contender. At the time, Galloway was number 7. So at the end of the 8th round, they just stopped it and gave it to LaRocca. He said he thought that he won the fight. His next big fight was in December of '83 against Kenny the Blizzard Snow in Florida. He's been pro for 11 years. His last fight in Puerto Rico, December 15th, 1989, was against Al UFO Hamza. He won a 12-round decision, and he won the WBO World Welterweight Championship. So he figured that Estrada would come right after him. He said he realizes this is not a title fight, but he has trained like it is a title fight. This is a very important fight for him.
And we're entering the final stages of the opening round.
And both of them here in this first round have been caught sleeping. They're posing at their opponent, trying to figure out their other style.
15 seconds here in this opening round. Galloway and Estrada.
Without a big fight plan and without any kind of scouting reports on each other, they didn't know what they would do. So here in this first round, they're scouting out each other.
End of the opening round. Galloway and Estrada here, our second fight. The first one, Tobella with a TKO in the 4th round over Pascual Aranda. And I guess the first round was all right for him. He's able to smile and laugh about it.
Well, you know, that first round, what you want to do with your fighter after the round, get him back to the corner, let him sit down, try to tell him a joke, make him relax a little bit, get his mind off the fight just momentarily, and then give him some instructions. Let's see if we can hear what they're saying. Galloway is the champion, as we mentioned, in the WBO. That's 147 pounds. James Buddy McGirt, the #1 contender. Maurice Blocker, and Antoine Fernandez, Linwood Brown, Kenny Gould, English Pedrosa, Patrizio Olvia, Aaron Davis, Tyrone Trice, and Al Hamza round out the top 10.
Round 2. This is scheduled 10-rounder. How do you score the first round?
The first round I gave to Manning Galloway. He is the champion. Juan Estrada not busy enough in that first round. Galloway landed the cleaner shots too. Now what you're taught to do against the left-handed fighters is throw a straight right hand and then try to come back with a left hook. The way the left-handers stance, they are susceptible to those punches.
Bill Land and Sean O'Grady with you in Dallas at the Longhorn Ballroom as Estrada and Galloway go after it. Again, remind you that Galloway, the current WBO Welterweight Champion, this a non-title fight. Is sometimes your adrenaline not pumping as much when the title isn't on the line, Sean? Does Galloway have to guard against that?
Well, he does. However, like I mentioned before, he is, because Dingan Tobella is here, he's a little bit more fired up. He wants to look good for Tobella. You know, when your title is not on a line like this, it really is, because if you get beat in this, they're gonna ask for an automatic rematch for that championship. And most people will say, if Galloway gets beat tonight, most people will say that Estrada's the champ anyway.
And you can't blame him.
Sure.
Round 2.
Carrying his right hand low is Galloway. He's got that hand down by his waist. Maybe he hurt it. Speaking from personal experience, I know that when you hurt that hand, sometimes you try to drop it and shake it out. Looks like that was what he's doing. Estrada tried to turn southpaw. Nice 1-2 by Manning Galloway. What he tried to do is Estrada turned southpaw to try to confuse Galloway. The left-handers are as confused with that style as are the right-handers. Now, left-handers don't face that many southpaw fighters. Look at the feet of Manning Galloway. They are so far apart. Interesting to see how he gets any power out of that. The way you get your power is you thrust those feet forward, you dig those toes into the mat. And when they're real spread like Galloway's are, it's difficult to muster up enough power.
With a spread like that, sometimes can that help your balance a little bit, though?
It does, and especially the way that he stays low like he does. That's what it's helping, and that may be the reason that he's got the feet spread so far apart.
15 seconds remaining in this second round. Manning Galloway, the upper hand against Juan Estrada.
Juan Estrada, you know, these are welterweights. There in the corner of Juan Estrada is Mario Salazar. Gerardo Gutierrez is also in there. See if we can listen to Salazar. Keep him backing up, and you've got a jab.
We'll take a look at the previous round.
Some of that second round action. Both of them moving in on the inside is real dangerous. You can many times catch your opponent's shoulder coming in at you. You got to keep your hands high. You got to be prepared for everything.
That happened that time to Galloway. Round 3. Estrada coming out much more aggressively to start the third round.
Well, they told him you've got to jab, control that jab, and throw punches. Now Estrada turning southpaw.
And as if Galloway needed a wake-up call, looks like he responded there to Estrada's effort.
Galloway rises to the occasion, as we all do. You got to put pressure on him to make him better. Nice straight left hand from Galloway.
Come on, man.
And nearly connected on that follow-up right.
Estrada's got his mouth wide open. If he gets hit with his tongue sticking out and that mouth open, he's liable to bite it off. Oh, that hurts too. And it's easier to get your jaw broken when your mouth is open like that. You're taught to grit your teeth.
Hard to remember those things, though, Sean, especially when things aren't going your way in the ring.
It's hard to remember that, and also your fight plan. You know, when your opponent is trying to knock your head off, you got to worry about that first.
You're not worried about saving your tongue for the moment.
Body one time, man. Go to the body some, baby.
Manning Galloway in firm control here in round 3 of this non-title bout.
There you go, baby. Over here now.
There's our time. Halfway through.
Good combination. The punches downstairs brought the hands down of Estrada, and then upstairs went Manning Galloway.
Followed with a nice right to the midsection.
And that is ring generalship. He knows what he's doing in there. Right now, he is the champion. He's in control.
There you go, baby. All right. Put that left down there.
Tough fighter is Manning Galloway.
Boy, he came in with a flurry and then backed out, nicely protecting himself.
His best thing is his aggressiveness. Keeps a lot of pressure on his opponent. He's very busy.
And a cut as the referee Dick Cole will keep an eye closely here.
3 combinations, man. Straighten up on him. Come on. He can't get out of the way, man. He can't move.
And now Juan Estrada has tasted the power of Galloway, and he's real defensive. They're telling him to throw the straight right hand. Right now, though, Estrada is so worried about getting hit, or about not getting hit.
Maybe we get a better look here as we get ready for round 4. Yeah, Estrada, the right eye in trouble.
He is cut over that right eye, again in a bad position, underneath the eyebrow, over the eye. They'll go to work on that cut.
Juan Estrada in big trouble as we've completed just 3 rounds, and the 32-year-old from Mexico City. Take a look at the flurry of Galloway's punches.
This is 3rd round action as they are profusely working on that cut. Manning Galloway, he is busy. A lot of punches. He's aggressive. He is looking like a champion. Now, at this point, this is where the fighters usually get into the mode of the fight. By the opening of the 4th round, they've gotten into that pattern of how they're going to box for the rest of the fight. Now what Estrada's got to do is he's got to try to do something to change that mode back over to his favor. Right now, Manning Galloway in complete control, can do anything that he wants to. This is where he wants to show off now.
A lot of poise, great confidence, pretty evident. And he also flicked on the television. You can tell who's in control automatically. You
can tell who the champion is.
Yeah.
Now Galloway has only got 7 KOs of his 39 wins, so you wouldn't suspect that this one would really end in a knockout, and maybe it's because of those feet being so widespread.
Doesn't have quite the power that you're talking about, but stays in control.
But he's busy, and his best thing is not his power, it's his aggressiveness. Now Estrada's the one getting busy, and the crowd responds.
The crowd has great respect for Galloway, but they would like to see Estrada hang in there and make it a fight.
Well, Galloway is now wiping at his head. He may be cut also. You know, both of them aggressive like they are. They could have banged heads. Close your fists, says the referee. You're not supposed to hit with an open hand.
Manning Galloway, the champion in the black with white stripes. It's a non-title fight against Juan Estrada in the black with a red stripe.
Go to the body, Manning.
And we're We're in the 4th round. You see our time, 1:25 to go. Boy, Estrada looks slow-footed right now.
Very slow, but that's his style. Now he's turned around to the southpaw stance, as is Galloway.
Put them together, man. Come on.
He is slow, but he's deliberate.
How
Difficult is to change around like you're mentioning.
To change to the southpaw stance, well, it's like trying to bat left-handed or trying to play.
Tough to master.
Trying to kick a ball left-footed if you're right-footed. Very difficult to do. But if you can keep your opponent a different look and keep him from hitting you, it's worth it.
Hopefully it causes more problems to your opponent than it does yourself, or you don't do it, right?
Well, you got to do something sometimes to confuse your opponent. That's what he's trying to do with that southpaw stance, and to slow down the onset of punches from Manning Galloway. A lot of punches upstairs from Galloway. Very few downstairs to the body of Juan Estrada.
I guess that Galloway's going to be difficult to dethrone. You're watching professional boxing on HSE. More coming up from Dallas in just a moment. Round 5, Galloway has been in control. He's mentioning that it could be difficult for someone to dethrone him. I say that because, just as you mentioned, power may not be his game, but with that stance and his ability to stay away from big punches, it's going to be hard for someone else to beat him.
Well, he doesn't have big punches, but he's throwing big punches. The best thing he has is the wild punches, looping roundhouse shots.
Straighten up to the head, man.
Juan Estrada trying to come up with something to counteract the champion.
An extremely defensive Juan Estrada.
Almost looking for survival, it appears now, instead of the aggressor.
Survival and not getting hit. He doesn't want to get nailed. He's tasted a little bit of the power of Manning Galloway, but he's probably been more embarrassed than anything else for getting hit with punches like that.
Up and down, man. By the head, baby.
Galloway's dropped his guard a little bit here too.
Well, you know, we saw just a little bit ago the speed of Tobella outspeed Pasquale Ronda. Now we're looking at Galloway outspeeding Juan Estrada.
There you go. Put together now.
And we talk so much about the loss of power because of the feet of Manning Galloway, but the speed is power. If you shoot a little butt bullet 200 miles an hour, it's going to go through just about anything. That's why I say speed is power. Less than 1 minute to go here in this round. Now, look at Galloway pouring it on now. Real busy fighter is Galloway. He's always in great condition. Said he trained for this fight like it was a title fight. Said he was going to come right out and jump right on top of Estrada in the first round, and that's what he's done. Said he won't try to feel him out.
Cook now, baby.
And it has worked.
Up and down.
Round 5 coming to a close, and where Galloway has just been impressive from the get-go.
And all through 4 rounds, I've given every round to Manning Galloway, the world champion. And there's why he's world champion. He's won every round. Right now, he is so loose out there. He's having so much fun. He's not getting hit with any solid punches. He's loose with his shots.
Come on, Manning, now. There you go. Breathe. Suck your wind out.
Sometimes when you're loose like that, Sean, can you be a little bit susceptible to maybe that one big blow?
Well, you can. However, you get hurt when you're real stiff, when you're tightened up. when you're loose like that, you get hit with a punch, you really roll with the shots. So for him, it's better, and for any fighter, it's better to be loose than it is to be real tense and real tight. I've seen so many fighters really get cranked, really get hurt when they're tight like that.
Estrada on the left, Galloway behind the beauty on the right. We'll look at Galloway and some of the combination work from the last round.
5th round, and Galloway, you know, he's not a hard puncher, but he's a busy puncher, and here he is with more of his busy punches.
Comes in and keeps you off guard. About the time you think he's going to back up a second, he follows up with that combo.
Round number 6. This one is scheduled for 10, so we're more than halfway gone. Now, by the 6th round, you realize the 10-round distance is just over the horizon. So you want to keep up the pressure, keep up the pace if you're Manning Galloway. If you're Estrada, you know you gotta get busy. You gotta start throwing as much as you've got.
And Galloway may have an earpiece in listening to this saying, no, I don't want it to go 10.
Breathe, Manning, breathe.
They're telling Galloway to breathe. What they're saying is when you're punching, breathe.
Breathe now. Suck it out.
Push that air out of your belly so that if you don't get hit, you don't get the wind knocked out of you. Plus, it also helps you to rejuvenate yourself to breathe.
Good shot, baby. Good shot.
Obviously, if you're not breathing out there.
Simple instruction, but things like that very important. I mean,
We were talking about forgetting things to do. You're so concentrated, you're so focused, Bill, that sometimes you forget to breathe.
I thought he was talking to me. He was getting out of the basics.
Go body head.
Uh-oh. They banged heads again.
Go body head. Squat down. You and your knees.
Galloway is cut. It looks to be over the right eye. Both of them were moving forward at the same time. Galloway trying to reach for the body, dropped his hands, and they two clashed heads.
Galloway trying to wipe off the blood there.
And changing his style, too. Look how he's up on his toes more now. He's got to be careful. When he puts that right hand down and he moves in, then he gets nailed.
Stick it, man. Stick it.
Maybe he should leave that right hand up while he's moving in. Here it's going down. Every time he jabs, he's throwing that right hand down. If a fighter could time it, come back with a left hook or even a left jab, it'd catch him every time.
Slide in the hook, man.
There's a good look at the cut over the left eye. Remember, Estrada was cut in the 2nd round of this fight. They've done an excellent job over there in his corner of controlling the blood.
And it'll be interesting to watch now how Galloway will adjust. He'll have to make some adjustment. See if he does it like you would expect from the champion.
And that brings a different element into this fight. Now, all of a sudden, you've got to worry about that cut. Plus, you know, they're talking about a fight in August with Dingan Tobella, provided that Galloway wins this. Well, now it's going to put that fight in jeopardy because of the cut over his eye. After a cut like that, it's going to take 1% a day to heal. So if that's the case, it could take 100 days for that cut to completely heal itself. Oh, and it's so disgusting, especially in a fight like this where Galloway is so far ahead. To this point, it hasn't really been a fight. All he had to be careful of was not to get cut. Now this could put the fight with Tobella off later than August.
There's Galloway being attended to.
Let's see if we can hear what they're saying over there.
He is cut. He is cut. Más agresivo en esa portada. Tira 2 o 3 manchas. 2 y 3 manchitos. Repite el gancho para que abra la portada.
You're hearing. Take a look. We'll see if we can find the cut now.
Here's a look at that. Boom. Look at moving in and the hand coming down.
More aggressive.
From Manny Galloway.
Cut him up.
Now in the other corner, Juan Estrada, they are telling him he's cut. Get on top of him, cut him up. You've got him hurt, you've got him bleeding. Get on top of him. Let's see if he listens. Easier said than done.
Thank you, Coach. I'll try.
Coaches don't get hit.
That's right.
Now this is important here because now Galloway has to be extremely careful, but he's got to maintain control of his fight. He can't lose his head over a little cut or over a big cut.
Round 7. Manning Galloway and Juan Estrada. Galloway, the black and white, Estrada, the black and red, and being flailed away out of the ropes.
Put him together now, Manning. You're looking good, baby.
Hear the encouragement for Galloway.
Well, they said you're looking good. They want to keep him nice and loose and relaxed. And he is loose, but you were talking to me a little bit. Is there a point that a fighter can get too loose? Well, when your hands are down around your waist, that's too loose. I don't think you can get hurt by being knocked out, being that loose, but you can get hurt by dropping your hands.
There you go.
And catching a headbutt.
Throw a hook behind it. Got to slide in with a hook.
Estrada showing a lot of signs of fatigue. The mouth coming open, getting hit with punches like that. Gasping for air.
Well, he really is.
You know, Galloway hasn't really sensed it. He's gone upstairs the whole fight. He hasn't gone to the body.
Left, right hook. Come on.
Is that his style?
Well,
regardless of the fighter?
I sensed it. Maybe something is wrong with his right hand.
Come on, man.
Maybe that's why he's got it down by his waist like that.
Don't push him, man. Don't push him. Save your strength, baby. Breathe. Save your strength. Breathe.
1 minute to go in the 7th round.
Come on, baby. Pick him. Pick him out there. That's it. Pick it. Pick it. Pick him, man. Pick it.
Pick him, they're saying. They're trying to get Manning Galloway to set his shots up.
Say this for Estrada. He is game. Trying to hang in the best he can.
Yep. Estrada will hang in there with the best of them.
Okay, combination now. Suck it up. Combination. Come on, man. Squat out and go to the body one time. Back to the head. Put it. There you go.
Sweeping combination from Galloway. Galloway in complete control, but he's got to be careful still.
Come on, suck it up.
He could catch a headbutt again. Final seconds of round 7. The end is over the horizon.
I'm breathing, man.
Simple advice from his corner. Keep your head up and breathe. Completed 7 rounds now. Manning Galloway against Juan Estrada. If you missed it earlier tonight, Dingan Turbella defeated Pascual Aranda, a TKO in the 4th round. Still to come a couple of more bouts, including Robin Blake and Nika Kumalo. Now to Estrada's corner.
7th round action. Manning Galloway busy as he is. Look at this. Nice combinations. Those one punches going in there. Good work. Busy fighter is Galloway.
And on to round 8. Scheduled 10-rounder.
Tighten him up, baby. You can do it. Get your good style. Tighten him up.
Now, if Estrada has got anything left, he's got to start launching his attack now. Oh, and look at Galloway launching his attack.
And the way you've got it scored, Estrada's only hope a knockout.
Right, I've got every round going to Manning Galloway. And there, down goes Estrada. The straight left hand from Galloway finally took its toll. Galloway has hit Estrada and will. Estrada's not going to make the count.
Come on now, you tighten up
Mandatory 8 count as Estrada listening to the referee Dick Cole.
Estrada is ready to go. Galloway now just has to throw everything that he's got. The referee will stop this match.
Galloway being warned in the push.
Plenty of time left in this round. There's a little less than 2 minutes.
Stinging right that time to Estrada, and then a good combo. Boy, Galloway's just looking great. Estrada's still got a long way to go to hang on to this round. Here's our time.
And while the combination work from Manning Galloway is hurting him because he's not putting them together. He's throwing one punch. Galloway's allowing Estrada off the hook. Oh, down goes, just as I'm saying that. And that fight's over.
That's it. No more for Juan Estrada, as Galloway, although a non-title fight, no question who the champion is. Very impressive again.
A good showing for Manning Galloway. And here is a look at the knockdown. Nice work, 8th round action. Galloway complete control of this fight, even though he was cut a little bit earlier over the right eye. Boom. Straight left hand. That's the same left hand that he's hit at will against Juan Estrada. Now Estrada's got to collect his thoughts, figure out what he wants to do.
Let's go to the ring announcer, Chuck Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dick Cole stops the bout at 1 minute 53 seconds of the 8th round. The winner by a TKO, the WBO Welterweight Champion of the World, Manning Galloway.
We'll take a look at the very end of the fight as Estrada finally just giving up, as Manning Galloway, vicious left, and then Estrada just had too much, and Cole smartly comes in to pull Galloway away and calls the fight. So Manning Galloway with the victory, and we'll visit with the WBO Welterweight Champion in just a moment. Let's go to Sean O'Grady now with Manning Galloway.
Manning, first of all, how is the cut?
I don't know. I felt it dripping in my eye. That was it. I don't know how bad it is, though, until I go back in the dressing room and look at it.
You know, there's talk of a upcoming title match for you. Will that put off any title matches?
No, I don't know how bad it is. I really don't.
Yeah.
Looks bad?
Well, you've got about a maybe 3/8 of an inch cut over there.
I think we butted heads, though, a couple times in the ring.
You guys were butting heads a lot. Was that a problem?
No, not really. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem at all.
Let's take a look at some of your work, Manning. Take a look right back here at the knockdown. This is when you put him down in the 7th round. Did you feel like it was just going to be a matter of time before you visited the canvas?
I didn't want to rush the fight. I just figured, yeah, it would be a matter of time, you know.
Now, I know you wanted to look especially good tonight because it's supposed to be signed, you and Dingan.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, I did, but I think the layoff, the 6-month layoff hurt me a little bit, I think. You know, that's what they say. I'm not for sure, though.
And there it is that they stopped the fight and gave the fight to you. He wasn't even in this match tonight. Probably the biggest problem was the cut. Is that right?
Probably so. Probably so.
Do you feel like you know Dingan Tobella is watching this very close?
Yeah, well, he got a tough fight too. He ought not be worrying about my fight. He got to worry about his own fight.
Yeah.
So if he get past Blake, then he have to worry about me.
Did you happen to see him fight tonight?
Blake?
No. Dingan.
That's what I'm not fighting. You got it wrong. I got it wrong. I'm fighting Nakai, who's fighting Robin Blake. If he wins, then we'll both fight each other for my title.
Nika Komela.
Right, either in South Africa or Italy, or maybe here in the States. That's the 3 places named so far.
So then I should suspect that you're going to pay careful attention to this upcoming bout.
I'm going to look at it. Take notes. I already seen him work. We was down at the same training camp a few days ago, and he was down there for about a week, but I was out in Vegas training. I came back and trained and came up here, but he can't beat me, though.
Yeah?
He can't beat me.
Okay.
He's having trouble getting past Blake. I hope he win before I can fight him. But if not, that's where it goes sometimes.
Okay, well, hopefully that's going to be coming up. You got to get back and take care of that cut.
Yeah, I'm going to get back.
Anything you're going to work on in the gym?
What happened, I didn't get a lot of sparring in. Yeah. That could have took a toll of me in the ring, too. My timing wasn't down to where I wanted to be. But I just go back to the gym and work on it. That's all.
Okay. Well, get back there, Manning.
Nice seeing you.
Good showing tonight. Yeah. Take care of yourself. Manning Galloway, he's just one shot away from defending his championship, hopefully against Nicky Kamala, provided Nicky wins tonight. Bill?
No doubt who he's pulling for, as he's made it evident That's right, that the winner of Blake versus Kumala will get a shot at Manning Galloway. And coming up next,